Welcome everybody to Kai Courtney Gymnasium on the campus of Hawthorne High School. It is the Hawthorne Cougars hosting the Lawndale Cardinals. Along with Rashawn Haylock, I'm Lou Stowers and the terrific Channel 22 sports crew. And what a game it is tonight between these two crosstown rivals. And it could be a tale of two programs going the other way. But the Hawthorne Cougars have a couple more wins under the belt at 11-13. And Coach Ben Wardup is very, very confident that this team is going to make a good showing tonight.
Yeah, they should make a good showing here tonight. A home game against the crosstown rival. And now we already know Lusinger has kind of won the area cup as they defeated both of these teams so far this season. But you look at Hawthorne's record, the numbers are a little bit deceiving. They played some tough competition, so it'll be interesting to see how they match up here tonight against Lawndale.
And speaking of the Lawndale Cardinals, a new coach in Chris Brownlee. They have a 6'7" freshman in Shemezi Matu, and they are just relying on their speed and also trying to shoot the outside ball to let them get the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. They're kind of working inside out. They're extremely patient offensively. We saw them the other night against Lusinger. As about as patient as I've seen an offense run at the high school level as I've ever seen. But it's going to be tough tonight. We were there. Tough. Heartbreaking loss they suffered the other night by 2 points to Lusinger. Where's the psyche? Where's the team morale? Can they pick it back up and get a win here on the road?
And the Lawndale Cardinals told me before the ball game just a little while ago that they are ready to go and make a good showing. Tip-off and the rosters coming up right after this on Channel 22. Just about ready to tip things off. Our referees tonight, Charles Davis blowing the whistle, going out towards the center paw, and he will be assisted by Mike Cotton. Lawndale Cardinals in the road black uniform. Shemezi Matu tipping off against Juan Guerrero. Matu wins the tip-off, and the Cardinals will be flying from right to left. With the ball is Matea Collins getting the start tonight. A little bit of a switch-up on the starting lineup. And Chris Munoz gets the ball, and now back over to Roland Pearsall. Munoz being guarded by Paris Wright. We'll go over the starting lineups as soon as we can. Ben Wardup is the head coach of the Cougars, and fumbled out of bounds by number 5, Matea Collins, and it'll be Cougar ball.
And interesting possession there for Lawndale offensively. Turning the ball over there, and you see Hawthorne coming up with a good stop to start this game.
Josh Ortiz in the starting lineup for the Cougars tonight. Guarded it by McAnally. Jesse Llanos also in the starting lineup for Wardup, along with Austin Harris. Shot taken from the elbow off of the mark by Juan Guerrero, and the rebound is off to the Cardinals, and back they come. Rebounded by Collins. Now Munoz trying to weave through. Nice pass out to the corner. Matea Collins, though,
got happy feet there.
Little bit ahead.
Got happy feet there. And kind of walk with the basketball a little bit. Now you see some full court pressure here from Lawndale.
Austin Harris will inbound the ball. Josh Ortiz going up against Roland Pearsall. Gets across the line. Good defense by McAnally, and a nice pick by Guerrero. Three-point shot put up by Ortiz, and that's off the mark. Rebounded again by Collins, his second one. Nate McAnally with the ball. Now Pearsall with it. No score, about a minute and a half into the game. McMillan trying to go up against that zone defense. Shot from the baseline goes off the mark by Pearsall, and the rebound goes to Guerrero.
And Lusinger didn't play much zone against this Lawndale team the other night, so they're going to have to be a lot more patient offensively.
Looked like a partial block by Matei. He also had the rebound, and now Munoz is run into by Paris Wright. See if that's the foul that'll be called. Paris Wright to his first personal and the first team foul. So it'll be out of bounds to the Cardinals, a new 35, as Roland Pearsall will put it in play. Matea Collins, Chris Munoz, Nathan McAnally, Big Nate, and Shemezi Matu, the starting 5 for the Cardinals. Munoz, double team, gets it back out front. Wheeled around, penetrates, and up and in. A nice play by Roland Pearsall. And the first point of the game, bucket of the game, goes to Lawndale.
That was all set up by the floor spacing right there by Lawndale. They had good spacing on the floor, and Pearsall was able to make a clean drive to the basket.
Stolen away by Pearsall, and he will go in for the layup. 4-0 in favor of the Cardinals on the nice steal.
Showing he can use the left hand there too, Lou. Yeah, took it up with the left hand on the left side. Nice job by Roland.
Paris Wright gets it over to Jesse Leanos. Now Paris gets it again to Leanos. A long 2-point shot, in and out. And the rebound is off, taken by Nate McAnally. Over to Pearsall. These two teams just starting to warm up now. Back to Munoz for a 3-point shot, and that's short. Rebound is off to Ortiz. Ortiz now, nice pass to Paris Wright, and he puts it up and in.
Yeah, that's how they're going to have to get things going here tonight for themselves as Hawthorne. Get some offense off of their defense.
Matu, top of the key. This is going to be a good matchup. The freshman against Juan Guerrero, the junior. Munoz weaves his way in, gets a nice look and a nice bucket with the left hand. 6-2 is our score. 4:30 left to go in the first half, or actually the first quarter. Josh Ortiz with it. Paris Wright. Guerrero. Now just looking at this team right now, Rashawn, the Cougars, and they look a lot more together than the last time we saw them. And a nice reverse layup by Josh Ortiz.
And a little bit more fluidity there offensively. Had pretty good spacing, had a nice patience there offensively, did the Cougars.
Shemezi, turnaround jump shot off the mark, but the rebound goes to Matea Collins. Got 2 offensive rebounds, couldn't get it to go down, and back comes Leanos. Cougars with the ball in their white uniforms, red and gold trim. Or I should say cardinal and gold trim. Now the ball is underneath and put up and in. And that was Juan Guerrero with his first bucket of the game. Nice pass, and it's a tie ball game.
And it's the defense right there that Lawndale coaches aren't going to be very pleased with. You give a guy a straight lane to the basket there, no help side defense. They're a lot more crisp defensively than we saw them the other night.
Pearsall with it, gets it over to McAnally, gets his 3-point shot up in the air, just missed. Nice rebound underneath, and count if it goes, but it didn't go down for Matea Collins. His 4th rebound, but he'll get 2 chances at the line.
He is so good at attacking the backboards. And the coaching staff challenged the team the other night to help out on the boards. It was Matu was the only guy attacking the backboards, and Collins stepped up. He took the challenge. Remember, it was a little stretch there in that second half where it seemed like every rebound was going to number 5. You take a look at him here. He's able to tip it to himself. Nice job of avoiding the foul and the over-the-back violation. Earned himself a trip to the free throw line.
We have some substitutions in now. Number 22, Eric Scott Davis from the gridiron to the hardwood for the Cougars, and this one's off the mark as well. Number 13, Chris Bailey in the game for the Cougars. And number 3, Lamar Young in for the Cardinals. And also in Will Newman. Eric Scott Davis with the ball now. Adds a little bit of speed out there. Ball poked away by Newman, but now we get a foot on the ball, so that's a new 35 for Hawthorne. Matu comes out of the game and into the ball game. Eric Gray.
You see it was tipped from behind, and then Matu had it. Guys were on the floor for the loose ball.
Ooh, nice give and go. Kwan with the offensive rebound and the putback. He has 4 points in the first lead of the game for the Cougars at 8-6. Grinding it out.
They are against this Lawndale defense that was pretty tough the other night. Not so much here tonight.
Ball goes out of bounds. You got to love the way both teams right now are fighting for that ball.
They are extremely hard, and Hawthorne, at least so far through these first 6 minutes or 5.5 minutes, are a step quicker to the basketball than is Lawndale.
And last year, the Cardinals want to avenge that 63-47 thumping that they put on the Cardinals last year. Now here comes Ortiz down the middle, and he'll earn 2 at the line as Pearsall will probably get called for the foul. And he does. His first personal, first team foul. Going to the line is Josh Ortiz with 2 points and a rebound. And Ortiz, 91% from the line so far this year.
That's getting it done.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh.
There's the old broadcaster's
Channel 22
curse.
jinx.
Juan Guerrero out of the ball game, and in is Ruben Peterson. And let's see, Ortiz with his second attempt. Missed them both. Wow, that's rare.
He must have heard us.
I know, 8.6 points is what Josh averages. Pearsall underneath, tried to get it to Roland Beckles, but it goes out of bounds, or Rolando Beckles. So a turnover by Lawndale. They have 3. The Cougars have 1. Eric Scott Davis about ready to bring it up court. Full court pressure by Will Newman. Davis bringing it around, now underneath. Turnaround jump shot, and Beckles really went up to block that, and is that going to be a foul on Bailey?
It's going to be a foul underneath. Interesting, it looked like Chris Bailey had pushed Beckles in the back. But we're going to get a hold here against Lawndale.
Looked like it was on number 1.
It's away from the ball. It had to be
Will
Newman there that time.
So the ball is inbounded and stolen away by Hawthorne. Gray tries to get it to Young, but did a good job just saving it, and now a whistle underneath from far away.
Interesting that Coach Brownlee hasn't called a timeout here to start this game. It just looks like his guys are a little bit out of flow, out of rhythm, out of sync here to start the game on both sides. You take a look at the replay there, trying to execute a fast break. Not very good spacing by Lawndale.
And that's what Coach Brownlee told us before the game, is that he was sorry that he didn't call a timeout against Lusinger the other night down the stretch to get everything going.
He was letting them play. He definitely was, and it was commendable. And if you're going to do it, that's the time to do it. I know it's your city rival, and you want to win, and it's bragging rights and all that, but in a non-league game like that, if you're going to do it, if you're going to try to let your guys play through it, then that's definitely the time to do it if you're Coach Brownlee.
Going to the line is Lamar Young, and he clanks this one off the front of the iron. Just a 54% foul shooter. Ruben Peterson with his first personal, and it's the 3rd team foul.
And how good was Lamar Young the other night? It seemed like when he was really good, the Cardinals were really good, but towards the end, came up short on a couple of layups, and that's kind of how things kind of just fizzled out for the Cardinals.
Well, he was my player of the game vote.
Yeah, he was tremendous.
Or the tip of the hat game.
Tip of the hat. It's the best I've seen him play.
Peterson puts it up, and is that a charge or a block?
It's going up. It's going to be a block.
Okay, so Peterson will go to the line to shoot 2. The foul is on number 2, Roland Pearsall, and that is his second personal. And Roland is talking to Mark Cotton as Ruben Peterson misses his first free throw. Peterson, 10 out of 11, now 10 out of 12 from the line. Getting that rust off as he's short again. 8-7 in favor of the Cougars. 1:10 left to go in the first quarter. And these two teams probably a little bit tired after their fast start. Beckles with the rebound and tried to put it back, but it wouldn't go down for him. So now Paris Wright gets it over to Scott Davis. Now Paris calling the C, the Cougar play. Peterson, bounce pass underneath, and Beckles reached in. But we're going back to a 3-second violation. Or is that a foul, loose ball foul?
Looks like he caught a foul there against the Cardinals or against the Cougars.
Yeah, because I see 4 team fouls now. On Paris Wright, his second personal. So now Young with it. Nice turnaround, double teamed, and Beckles up high. And he goes over the top.
Yeah. He's trying to attack the boards. You got to be careful, though, in those situations. You got jerseys and guys underneath you. You can't just hop over and climb over guys' backs. Take a look at the replay here. Young in there trying to get it to go, and then Beckles attacking the glass aggressively there that time. And more times than not, play like that, you're going to get a over-the-back foul called against you. A little full-court man here being shown by the Cardinals.
Works on the playground.
It does work on the playground.
20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. A 1-point lead for the Cougars who have the ball. Caleb Ross swung around to Ortiz and puts it a wild shot. That won't go down. Rebound is tipped up by Chris Bailey, and back come the Cardinals with 7 seconds left. Young traveled.
And another turnover for the Cardinals here. That's their 4th of the game.
So you see Newman over to Young, and that stutter step works in the pros, but not here.
There's another one. So we got 1 and about 7/10.
Enough time to catch and shoot from midcourt.
Maybe 1 dribble.
So Beckles will put it in, try to get to Lamar Young. And the Cougars will try to stretch him out as far as they can. Half-court shot is on the way, but skims off the glass in the first quarter is in the books. An entertaining first quarter as the Cougars have the lead coming into the second quarter at 8-7.
And very interesting first quarter here. Lawndale seemingly a little sluggish, a little out of sorts, so to speak. And then on the Hawthorne side, you get exactly what you expect out of a team coached by Ben Wardrop. Gritty.
A gritty team, and Chris Brownlee with a lot of respect for Ben Wardrop, as most all of the coaches do in the South Bay.
Yeah, he can coach.
Yeah.
He can coach. I mean, he's one of the finest coaches in the South Bay. And other guys may have, more numbers, more records, so to speak, more wins under their belts, but I don't think Coach Wardrop's taking a back seat to anybody in the South Bay as far as coaching is concerned. I mean, of course, you got Coach Ed Azam, at the top of the charts, but aside from that, I mean, I think Coach has done a really great job here in his time at Hawthorne, and he's a young guy too, a young coach.
He can dress.
Yeah, only his third season as the head coach. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Not many people can say that.
No,
He
no one in
and
Channel
coaches
22.
better than me as well.
Except for Rufus Washington. Yeah. He's the most nattily dressed person around.
No one can wear the hat like Rufus.
No. No one would dare. Chad Irving in the ball game for the first. Actually, no, that is Ruben Peterson. Long three-point shot is buried by Ortiz.
Big shot, big way to start the second quarter if you're Hawthorne.
So maybe after a little bit of a blow, both teams now are getting into it, as the Cougars certainly are. Now a three-point shot put up by Newman, and that goes off to Peterson. Full court pressure. One of these times it's going to work for the Cardinals, as Lianos had to get in front of Myron Phillips in the ball game for the first time. Ortiz. Rebound is off and taken by Newman. Alley-oop to Beckles, but he couldn't get it. And good defense on the play by Ruben Peterson.
Yeah, the pass could have been better as well. And to come back the other way, Cougars can't take advantage though.
Back comes Eric Gray. Eric Scott Gray, coast to coast, puts up the shot, and he'll go to the line for two. As getting in the way was Chris Bailey, but didn't have his feet set.
You take a look at Grays. He tries to take it coast to coast there. One on about 3, and fortunate enough to get that call to go against the Cougars that time. And Gray's a guy who he'll push the tempo from time to time. 63% free throw shooter at the stripe.
And clanks the back of the iron, so the Cardinals are just 1 out of 5 from the line so far tonight. Out of the ball game is Caleb Ross. Coming back in is Quan Guerrero. Also back in is Austin Harris. Free throw is good by Gray. That's his first point. And it's 11-8. Bringing the ball up, Chris Bailey. Josh Ortiz. Nice pick by Bailey. Being guarded by Will Newman. Ball is stolen away by McAnally. McAnally, though, is cut off of the pass by Chris Bailey. Driving the baseline, and now back out to McAnally in a travel. So these officials are
they're all on top of the traveling calls. And Chris Bailey there with the block. That doesn't count in the stat sheet, though. A little extra oomph in that one for Bailey. He had the ball taken from him on the other side of the floor.
A nice defensive play by Bailey.
Tenacious.
Tenacious B.
You said it.
Ortiz dumps it down low to Guerrero, being guarded by Beckles. And double team now by Gray. And yanked away, jump ball, possession arrow faces towards the Cougars. Good play by Eric Gray.
And so you see that when Guerrero gets it down deep, they're going to try to double him. The double team came that time. Gray did a nice job of getting his hands on the ball, not on the arm, but on the ball, and tying them up, of course, alternating possessions to go to possession arrow here in high school basketball.
Matu in, Beckles out. Newman with the shot from the wing and bounces off the rim. The rebound is picked up by Leanos.
Nice box out there by Austin Harris, but you got to go get that ball. He boxed him out. He got to go to the ball, though, and get that rebound.
Leanos still with it, dribbling with the left hand down to Guerrero. Blocked from behind by Eric Gray. 11-8 is our score.
Energetic, that's what he brings, Eric Gray. You saw him get the held ball, now the block shot here. Back-to-back possessions. Tremendous D for him.
McAnally with it now to Matu, puts it on the floor, puts it up and in. Nice move by the freshman.
Little pro play. Little pick and roll over on that far side of the court, and Matu did a nice job of catching. Saw no one was there. He took it all the way to the hole.
Three-point shot wide open, off the mark. Rebound is to Gray. That's his third rebound.
And a couple of stops in a row here now for Lawndale, looking to make a run here.
Well, they can take the lead this time down by 1 point. Gray loses the ball, picks it back up as double team. Now Matu has it, and now gets it out to Myron Phillips. Nate McAnally now with it. Newman. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and a nice shot, but it's missed. And the rebound is off to Bailey. And that's tipped out of bounds as the ball got away from Harris. And that should be Cougar ball, but they say it's going to be Lawndale ball. There we see it now. It's tipped out of bounds.
Yeah, looked like it went off of Myron Phillips there. But
yep, they say it went off of number 15, Austin Harris.
Break for the Cardinals.
6 turnovers unofficially for Hawthorne, 4 for Lawndale. Phillips with it. Now dumped down low to Matu. Matu wanted to go baseline, but now he runs over Quan Guerrero, and that's a charge.
And nice call there by the officials. A lot of times guys flop down there, but Guerrero held his ground, and freshman just backed into him.
He'll learn, but Guerrero with the experience, like a spring-loaded person, went back real quickly after he got hit.
Guerrero, a junior. Matu, of course, just a freshman. A ton of potential for this young man.
Yeah, we saw it all the other nights. The ball is blocked and stolen away by the Cardinals, and is stolen back by the Cougars. Up and in by Peterson. His first bucket of the game. And they lengthen their lead at 13-10. Munoz traveled.
Can't do that. If you're gonna do that, take 2 steps after you catch the ball. You got to go up with a shot. Munoz put it on the ground there that time, and you're gonna get called for a walk every time, except of course in the NBA, as we talked about a little bit earlier. But that's one thing Munoz can do now. Remember, he was kind of a shooter. It seemed like Marks kind of hit him in the corner last year and just let him shoot the ball, but now he's able to put the ball on the floor, has a little bit more freedom here under Coach Brownlee.
Ortiz, that's his spot.
Big shot.
A 6-point lead. That's his second 3-pointer of the ball game.
Yeah, both coming in this quarter, if I'm not mistaken, partner. And
yep.
Big shot puts them up by 6 here. Just 10 points for Lawndale here. 3:12 left in this first half.
Ortiz has half of those points, and the shot goes up and off the mark by Pearsall, but he'll get 2 shots at the line.
And veteran move. Veteran move there by Roland Pearsall. It seems like we've been watching this guy forever. And how much eligibility does he have? You take a look at it, he goes right here, goes to the basket hard. Didn't really get the result that he was looking for, but the most important thing is he saw what was going on, figured, hey, I need to get to the free throw line. We saw him do that the other night, too, against Lusinger as he knocks down the first one. Things get kind of out of sorts, out of whack a little bit. Get yourself to the free throw line. And Pearsall, of course, a competent free throw shooter, knows that he can knock him down.
Makes this one, and that's just the 3rd foul shot made. Rebound to Guerrero, who has 1 personal foul now. Caleb Ross bringing it across the line. Ortiz, long 2-point shot, just missed, and the rebound is off and taken by Pearsall. Pearsall trying to go coast to coast, up and under, won't go down, but 2, tipped it, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be Lawndale ball. It went off of Guerrero.
And Pearsall with the drive there, and Coach Brownlee seen enough. We wondered when he was going to take that timeout. Here it comes. Full timeout comes with 2:46 left here in this first half. Cardinals trailing by 5, 16-11. Pearsall trying to take it coast to coast, trying to initiate something there. Kind of got caught. Nice defense there by Caleb Ross. Forced Pearsall into a tougher shot than really it needed to be.
Should have just gone right up with it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, maybe the Cardinals are just trying a little bit too hard with their stutter steps before. They've had about 3 or 4 of those travel calls and some of those things. I know that they want to do well tonight, especially after letting one slip away on Wednesday night against Lusinger at home. And maybe they just need to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, did they ever? And I agree with you, partner. Settle down a tad, but at the same time, you got to pick up that energy level. And I think if they pick up their, as weird as it sounds, if they pick up their energy, it'll help them kind of settle in a little bit more because they'll be playing more of their style. Coach Brownlee, of course, likes to get up and down the floor, but they haven't really been able to do that as much here so far today.
2:46 left in the first half. Munoz gets the inbound pass, being guarded by Ross. Good defense, that zone defense, flex zone defense, being shown by the Cougars. Matu from just inside the free throw line, outside the free throw line, but the rebound is off, volleyballed around, kicked back out, and taken by Ross of the Cougars. Back they come. Ross is fouled from behind, and let's see who the foul is going to be on. It's going to be on Chris Munoz.
You take a look at Matu, though, trailing the play. He got a hand on that ball.
You see how high his hand was above the rim? I think it was almost elbow high.
His wingspan is tremendous. I mean, he got arms to go all the way down to his toes, it seems like. And back down at the other floor, that 15-footer, he's going to be able to knock down that shot consistently by the time he's a senior. And he's so raw, but yet he has a tremendous game as it is right now. He's only a freshman.
So 1 for 2 on the free throw shot. And then Munoz.
Nice by Munoz. Remember we talked about him just being able to be a shooter in years past. When you see him put the ball on the deck there, nice little hesitation, froze the defense, and he got to the cup easily. Cardinals within 4.
Cardinals starting to warm up now as defense looking good there. as Austin Harris being harassed by Pearsall. That leaves Ross open, goes around Matu. Nice athletic move by Caleb Ross.
Yeah, and Collins came over to help there that time. Didn't really need to give help. Pearsall didn't get blown by, but he gambled, and it was his man that was open for the basket.
That's a big basket for the Cougars, who now lead it by 6. Drive in by Pearsall, won't go down. Rebound is off, Guerrero with it. But it's stolen away by Munoz, who puts it up and in.
Yeah, credit to Pearsall there. He got the tip. Munoz, Johnny on the spot, puts it up and in. Nice job there. And they got to create it, Lou. They got to create it with their defense. Everything starts with the defense for Lawndale.
And McAnally now out on the floor. The shot taken, and nice use of the glass by Peterson. He'll tell you that that's what he planned on doing. 21-15, under a minute left to go. McAnally running the point now, gets a pick from Matu. Now McAnally with 45 seconds left, 22 on the shot clock. Munoz for 3 on the turnaround jump shot, won't go down. Matu over the top of Guerrero.
Can't do that.
Be the freshman's second, and now it's bonus time for Hawthorne.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Brownlee, I'm not sure if they got to get him out of here now. Don't want to pick up that third foul here. Just 38 seconds left in the half, and coming into the game to replace him is Gray.
So Guerrero coming on to shoot 2, his first foul shots of the night. Just a 69% free throw shooter. Leads the team in rebounds though, and he's been showing you why. 7.1 a game. Makes this one, so he'll earn the next one. 5 points now for Quan. And Hawthorne doing the little things right now, and that's what's giving them this 7-point lead.
They are. We talked about it between quarters. Coach Wardrop's team's gritty. They're going to do those little things. They're going to play tough D. They're going to rebound. They're going to get to every loose ball, as you see it there.
Just like that. Peterson with the rebound. Gives the Cougars a chance with 28 seconds left to go. A 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Peterson with it, trying to drive. Good defense by the Cardinals. Harris trying to get through the defense, and now a foul called. Travel. Okay.
Absolutely. They got him with the travel. Official Charles Davis on the opposite side.
The defense collapsed in, or Harris just goes right into the defense. So 9 turnovers for Hawthorne. 6 for Lawndale.
7 left.
Shot clock dark. Munoz for 3. In and out. Rebound is tipped, and the whistle sounds off. We go to the locker room with the Hawthorne Cougars showing a 7-point lead. And I guess we could say grit and determination, and probably a little more experience than the Lawndale Cardinals has given them this 7-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing all of the little things like you mentioned earlier, partner. They're getting to the basketball. They're getting loose balls. They're creating chances and opportunities for themselves. And how about Ortiz knocking down a couple of big 3-point shots? That's always going to help you if you're able to knock those down, and he's done that.
That's it. That was a 14-point quarter for Hawthorne. Just an 8-point quarter for the Lawndale Cardinals. Lawndale coming in at 11-4. They've won 7 out of 9. And Hawthorne coming in 3-11. And last year they were 12-16. But this team has gone through a lot. And Ben Wardrop is here, and also Isaiah Brame. I don't think he's with the team anymore.
Yeah, he's definitely not on the bench. Recognizable figure for us, having covered him so much in football, but I mean, he's a guy that was leading them in scoring. And remember, coming over here from Monrovia, so many people talked about how much better of a basketball player he was than a football player, but obviously some things he has to get worked out.
That's right. So a disappointment for the Cougars, who are now probably settling into life without Isaiah.
Yeah, that's tough to do when you're out without your star player. Not only that, without your leading scorer. And scoring is harder to manufacture at this level. A lot of times you watch the NBA and you figure, oh, how could so-and-so win this team? How could the Lakers win this game without Kobe Bryant, or the Heat without LeBron James or Rader, et cetera? Because once you get to that level, everybody can score. At this level, scorers are kind of fewer and far in between. then as you climb up higher in the ranks, and so that's tough. 16 points per game is a lot of points at this level.
That's right, and 8 points for Josh Ortiz to lead the way for both teams, and 6 points for Chris Munoz to lead the Cardinals. Well, we'll be back with the third quarter and some analysis. Rufus is in the hizzy.
He's in the hizzy.
All right, so we'll be back right after this on Channel 22. Back here at Courtney Gym, third quarter just about ready to get underway. Rufus Washington will be our sideline reporter tonight, since Rashawn Haylock is doing a bang-up job. Just don't tell him that.
Oh, I doubt that's why. Rufus can do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, he's listening, and Juan Guerrero is listening too, because he comes up with a reverse layup and extends the lead 24-15.
Largest lead of the game. Largest lead of the game for these Cougars here, 9 points.
So what did Wardrop tell his Cougars at halftime?
I'm sure he told them keep doing what they're doing. Keep executing offensively. Keep getting your hands on balls like that right there, but you got to take care of it. Nice transition there by the Cardinals, but they can't finish.
Rebound is put up by McAnally and tipped around again. McAnally gets it again. And a three-point shot put up and missed and taken back and put up and in by Pearsall, who missed the shot and put it up and in.
If you're Hawthorne, you got to do everything that you can. As we have a foul here, a couple bodies down on the floor. You got to do all that you can in order to eliminate Lawndale from getting into a running game. You don't want to get into a running game with these Cardinals, and they did a nice job of taking away the Cardinals' running game in that first half. And how you do that is you be patient offensively and you get good shots.
Foul is on Pearsall. That's his third and first team foul. And now Ortiz goes around everybody, blocked away by Collins. Oh my. Fast break to Munoz, who's tipped from behind by Llanos, and Matu comes up with the rebound.
A nice help side there by Collins, but you see that there, Lou, they didn't capitalize, but it was the defense that started the run, that started the break. And normally, Lawndale's able to capitalize off that, but if you're Hawthorne, you got to not allow them to do that.
Brownlee was telling me before the game that finishing the layups was a big problem, and a block by Matu, but the rebound is taken by Harris and put up and in.
Nice job by Harris. You got to stay with it. You got to stay with it. Leads back up to 9, 26-17 here. Just about 6 left in this third quarter.
That was Harris's first bucket of the game, and Hawthorne just on fire right now. And the Cardinals need to start making some baskets. Matu
almost walked with it.
Yeah. Munoz.
That's an offensive foul. Nice call there by the official. Munoz, he got his elbow in there, kind of chicken winged the defender there that time, and he got caught.
Chicken wing.
You look at it right, it got him with the chicken wing. Yep. Right there, you see that?
Was that a buffalo wing?
Absolutely. But I like mine's mild. Thank
there you go.
Thank you.
So turnover by the Cardinals. Ortiz speeding by everybody. Tried to bounce it through, but throws it away.
They tried to sneak it in there. Now here's Lawndale trying to run.
And it's a nice bucket by McAnally, and he may get and one.
And filling the lane there that time. Nice job by McAnally. This is another gritty, tough player here for the Cardinals. As you see him, didn't use his left hand there. Usually like him to go left hand on the left side. He used the right hand, but he still got it to fall, plus the foul. But you see that turnovers, block shots, those enable Lawndale to start running. And if they do that, then they're dangerous. And if you're Hawthorne, you got to eliminate the running game like you did in the first half.
McAnally's free throw right down the middle. He has 3 points now. And now here comes the Cardinals.
A little full-court pressure trying to speed them up here.
Ortiz with it against McAnally. Maybe his game will get warmed up. Paris Wright with a shot over Matu. Rebound is off. It was an air ball.
Yeah, tough shot. And you see 6'7" coming at you, flying at you. Hard to be able to concentrate on that basket.
McAnally from the free throw line. Now the left elbow.
Yeah, you work on that every day in practice. Catch, one dribble, pull up. Nice job, McAnally knocking it down from the elbow.
22 points now for the Cougars. They make it a 4-point game, and 5 points in a row for Nate McAnally, and the pass is tipped and stolen away by Matea Collins. Collins trying to get it down to Matu. You don't want to get him too comfortable dribbling the ball.
Absolutely not. You want to keep him close to the basket.
Nice wide open baseline drive by Munoz. He misses the shot, but he'll get to 2 shots at the line.
He got bailed out there. He did. He made that a little bit tougher than he had to. Tried to go reverse when it was wide open right there on the left side of the basket. Tried to go reverse and got fouled. And is at the line to shoot 2. Little 5-0 run here by the Cardinals. McAnally all 5 of those points. Munoz trying to make it 7 here. And this is 6.
And 7 points for Munoz. He is a 60% free throw shooter. Wholesale changes for both teams as Harris and Wright come out in the ball game. Number 24, Leanos, and Eric Scott Davis. Also some changes for the Cardinals. Munoz makes both. He has 8 points. Now it's a 2-point game all of a sudden on this run. Put up another steal by Newman, and he'll get 2 shots at the line.
Turnover. Turnovers haunt you.
So the foul was on Ortiz. That's his 2nd personal.
Big difference. Also, Lawndale was able to turn the Cardinals over in that first half. They just didn't really take advantage of it. They're doing that here in this 3rd quarter.
In and out by Newman, an 89% free throw shooter. A 7-0 run being put up by the Cardinals right now.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, there's
That's technology, huh?
Wow.
iPad. That's too much for me. I wouldn't even know how to turn it on.
Wait a minute, you're younger than I am. That's only the first point by Will Newman. And it's a 1-point ball game all of a sudden. 8-0 run by the Cardinals, and that was quick. We're not even halfway through the 3rd quarter. 4:25 left to go. Leanos double teamed. He gets it to Ortiz from his spot. Way long. Rebound is off to Newman. And back come the Cardinals, trying to take the lead back for the first time this half. Munoz with the long 3, just off the mark. Rebound put up and in nicely by Newman.
Weak side rebound. Nobody home. Nobody got a body on number 1 in black. And he's able to put it home. Timeout Cougars.
And Ben Wardrop has seen enough with 4:05 left to go. And the Cardinals have taken the lead for the first time. And we're going to see
10-0 run here.
Rufus Washington, if he wants to talk about something. Not yet, okay. But this is the first lead for the Cardinals. And that was since it was a 7-6 way back in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, a little 10-0 run here for the Cardinals after Hawthorne opened up their largest lead of the game. They're up by 9 early in this half, but you see the energy. We talked about it so much in the first half, partner. The energy now starting to pick up here for Lawndale, and it's paying dividends.
So now the Cardinals have definitely warmed up after laying an egg back there in the 2nd quarter and allowing 14 points by the Cardinals. Ortiz trying to get around McAnally. Kicks it out. Shot taken by Eric Scott Davis off the mark. Rebound off to Will Newman.
And now Lawndale has Hawthorne playing their game.
Munoz with the layup try after getting into the lane. Rebound is to McAnally to Matu. 3-point shot jacked up. Won't go down for Pearsall, but the rebound is put up and in and one by Will Newman.
And now Lawndale has Hawthorne playing their game. They speeded them up there with that 1-2-2 full court pressure. And now look, all the black jerseys are getting to the basketball. All those loose balls and tip balls that were going Hawthorne's way earlier on, they're now going Lawndale's way as they start to ratchet up the intensity here in the 2nd half.
Will Newman with his 3rd free throw is 1 out of 2 so far. Has 5 points in the game all here in the 3rd quarter. So the players that had nothing going for them in the first half have started to heat up. That's the big difference. 6 points now. And it's 30-26, and defense, full court pressure stolen by Munoz. He puts up a shot and won't go down. Offensive rebound, no. Ball is taken away by Ortiz. Fast break try, put up by Scott Davis, won't go down. Rebound is off.
You see how he altered the shot there? Didn't even have to do much, but at 6'7", that intimidation factor starts to strike in.
Driving the lane is Newman. His shot won't go down, but he'll get a chance for two at the line. So the pressure by Lawndale is putting him at the line.
What a difference effort makes, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit more effort by the Cardinals here in this second half, and all of a sudden, and they're on a 13-0 run.
Second personal on Peterson, and that's the 15th foul.
And take a look at Coach Wardrop trying to figure out what he can do here now to try to settle his guys down. They got to be a lot more patient, obviously, on the press break. A good press break will be the press every single time. So you got to be patient.
1 out of 2 on that free throw try, and now he has 7 points. 31-26. Full court pressure again and throws it away. Terrific defense again by the the Cardinals, but now they say it was tipped out of bounds by Lawndale.
Hey, got a break there because originally it looked like a travel against Hawthorne.
That's what the Lawndale fans were saying. Chris Brownlee and Coach Mike both over there saying it's should be their ball, but now
Roland Pearsall trying to plead his case as well.
Mike Cotton says it's Cougar ball. So the Cardinals are fighting for everything, even the loose ball there.
Little full court man now by the Cardinals on the sideline.
Now, did that go off of Leanos? We saw the replay there.
Saw the replay, kind of hard to tell there. It looked like it went off of a Hawthorne player.
Now Ortiz drives around McAnally, puts up the shot, nicely done, Josh Ortiz. And he now has 11 points, his first bucket of the half.
That stops the 13-0 run, or 14-0 run, pardon me.
And
Pearsall comes right back.
And he has 9 points. Shot in and out by Leanos. How did that not go in?
Yeah, and now it's a track meet. And I don't think this is the pace that Coach Wardrop wants.
3-point shot short. Matu with the rebound. And he's triple teamed and has the ball stolen away. Scrum underneath the basket. And a timeout called by Lawndale, Roland Pearsall.
Nice job. Heady play there by the veteran. You see Matu struggling with the ball. See, Matu, and he'll learn this as he gets older. You're 6'7", you got to keep that ball up. Keep it up, keep it high and tight, because those little guys like me get in there and they try to dig it out of there. But you got to keep it up. He lost the handle there that time, but Pearsall dove, got the timeout.
Let's go to Rufus.
All right, fans, we're here at Lawndale Cardinal. Excuse me. All right, let me start over. We're here at Hawthorne High, and after a slow start, the Lawndale Cardinals have gotten themselves underway. They've outscored Hawthorne by a margin of 15-4 here in the third.
All right, thanks a lot, Rufus. And time back in. McAnally with a big three. He has 8 points now in the quarter and overall, and that makes the lead 36.
Turnover, another turnover by the Cardinals. I like that play, though, coming out of the timeout for McAnally to get a three. You know, I marveled at Coach Parvaz the other night. It seemed like every time he called a timeout, he had the absolute right play coming out of that timeout for Lusinger to get a bucket. You see Lawndale getting it here.
There comes Newman with the three.
It's raining threes here in Courtney Gym.
10 points all in the third quarter for Will Newman.
Cardinals making it rain. And a steal.
And here comes Pearsall to Newman. He has a dozen in the quarter.
Tempo.
41-28, Juan Guerrero, the bucket and the foul, and one. Foul will be on Munoz's third personal, third team foul. And for Juan Guerrero, that is his 9th point, trying to make it a 3-point play. But it's an 11-point deficit now for the Cougars. Short rebound by Guerrero. Puts it up and puts it in. So Quan trying to fight back.
And foul shooter should never get his own rebound. That should never happen. I'm sure Coach Brownlee's going to talk about that. But one thing he has is the tempo in his favor. Now you see Hawthorne going to try to slow Lawndale now by going to what looks like a little 2-3 zone here.
Pearsall over to Newman. Newman's been red hot here in the quarter. A three-point shot taken by Phillips. That goes off the mark, but the rebound to Eric Gray, who should be flying up to getting the rebounds. Munoz from the foul line.
Offensive rebound. The second chance points there for Lawndale. Here's a steal. Newman.
Look out below.
Did it get loud in here or what?
Oh, yeah.
Seems like a pro Lawndale crowd here. They got it going. Look at Coach Brownlee. He's pumped up.
Why not? And now a foul is going to be called on Will Newman. A silly foul as Paris Wright got by him. And that'll be Will's first personal. That'll be the fourth team foul. Ball will be out of bounds right by us. With 37 seconds left to go in the third quarter, as Lawndale has just ripped off 30 points so far in this third quarter.
It's incredible.
Shots off the mark. Leanos with the rebound. That's too long. And Eric Gray gets it. And are they going to slow it down? No way. Munoz runs into Wright, and now they're going to slow it down with
Nice
23 seconds left, and the shot clock is dart. So they can go into a Carolina four-corner.
One shot here.
And who's going to take it? I'll give it to Newman, but nope, it goes to the little guy, rolls it in. Phillips at the buzzer. You couldn't have written a script better than that one, Rashawn.
Momentum is something else, isn't it? I mean, that ball rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled, and of course, momentum on the side of the team in black. That one's going to fall. 48-32. All of a sudden, they've opened up a 16-point lead after they trailed Lou by 9 in this quarter. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at this ball. Look at that thing rolls around and finally falls in. Little English there by Myron Phillips.
That had more rolls than my chin.
More rolls than my dinner plate.
Yeah, well, you never have enough. You need to eat more. 10 points scored by the Cougars, 33 points by the Cardinals. But I tell you, some breakout quarters. I didn't have enough room in my score sheet for Will Newman. 14 points, all in the third quarter. Also for Nathan McAnally, had 0 points. Now he has 8, all in the quarter as well.
And see Coach Large with the teaching moment here. Trying to do what he can to try to settle his guys down here a little bit. Down by 16, entering the fourth quarter. Lawndale, I'm sure, familiar with what it's like trailing or with the lead going into the fourth quarter. Remember, they led Lusinger the other night by 9 going into that fourth quarter. So obviously that's got to be fresh in their minds here. They want to close this game.
And now that they have this huge lead, a 16-point lead, they just come out and not giving up, just speeding around as there's another offensive rebound, but it's taken away by Josh Ortiz. And back come the Cougars, trying to eat away at this big lead, and we have a foul. Ortiz now being the aggressor. It's a non-shooting foul.
Look at Ortiz, head down, trying to bulldoze his way into the lane.
Call probably going against Myron Phillips. Now the ball is going to be inbounded by Harris, and the ball is tipped away by the Cardinals and stolen. Here comes Newman. He was fouled on the way, but no call. But he has 16 points now, all in the second half. 50-32. Eric Scott Davis fumbles it to Juan Guerrero, puts it up, count it. He'll go to the line for the and one.
He's been solid. Juan's been pretty solid here tonight for Hawthorne. I mean, he gets the ball down there on the block. He's tough. Big hit, 6'4", 210.
So this is his second and one. And makes it. So a 15-point game. They've erased 1 point. and 14 points for Juan Guerrero. And 3 fouls on Rolando Beckles. Driving the lane is Pearsall, puts it up, won't go down, rebound is off, swatted away, out of bounds. It will be Cougar ball, but the Cardinals are being like a young golden retriever puppy going after that ball.
It's contagious. Remember that they weren't doing this in the first half. Well, one guy gets it, you have a little bit of success, and all of a sudden, all your teammates are diving on the floor for loose balls. Everybody's trying to get a tip. Everybody's trying to get a deflection. It really is contagious. It's kind of spread throughout this whole Lawndale team. You see the bench get involved. You see the crowd get involved. It's very much infectious.
A very entertaining ball game. Again, the Cougars went into the Cardinal nest last year and took home a 63-47 victory.
And you saw Roland Pearsall right there. He's taking a breather, but you heard him say, hey, let's go. Let's go, guys. They're up by 15 here, 7:08 to play in this game, but he's not considering it over. And how about Roland Pearsall, what he's done? We talked about how he's been here for such a long time, and he's really brought into what Coach Brownlee is preaching. Remember, before last game, he came off the bench the previous 10 games.
Right.
He'd been a starter previously throughout his career, but he's bought into the system. Whatever Coach Brownlee's asked of him, he's done it. Saw him down on the block at times the other night.
Ball thrown away, stolen by the Cardinals. Here comes Young in the ball game for Pearsall. Rebound is off. Beckles with it, has it knocked away, and it goes out of bounds. It should be Cardinal ball. And Ward up off the bench saying, come on, man, give me a break.
And old coach told me, if you play hard, good things happen. And they've been playing hard so far here in this second half, and good things are definitely happening here for these Cardinals.
Gray
That's a travel.
took a little bunny hop. Or played hopscotch without the leg.
It's a good one. That's a good one. It's true.
Can't use bunny hop.
Can't.
Our hero used bunny hop.
Our hero.
So 6:45 left to go in the ball game. A 15-point lead. Number 15, Austin Harris, gets it off to Josh Ortiz. Hawthorne wearing the white. Lawndale wearing the black, and we have a loose ball foul, pushing and shoving underneath Juan Guerrero and Eric Gray. Trying to make room underneath, and let's see who gets nailed with it. Looks like it's going to be Eric Gray.
And Gray giving up 3 inches and about 35 pounds there down low against Guerrero.
And now that's bonus time for the Cougars. And Guerrero going to the line where he can really make up some ground.
Approaching 6.5 to play here. Guerrero gets the first one and is awarded the second.
With 15 seconds, or 15 points. And Quan is a lot better free throw shooter than what he's showing is 69% coming in.
Good stroke. As the freshman gets ready to come back in, Metu, he replaces Gray.
And Coach Brownlee telling us that he comes from a soccer background.
You know who else came from a soccer background? Oh, still underneath. Bailey can't finish though.
But the ball is taken by Wright on the second chance, and Ortiz with it. Bounces it down low to Guerrero, who's double teamed, and now a foul is called. And did they get Metu or Beckles? Let's see on the replay if we can see that.
Coach Brownlee wants to get a timeout here.
Beckles.
It looks like it's going to be Beckles in there on the foul. Metu had his hands straight up. And I'm sure there's going to be some talk about not letting up in this huddle right now and making sure they close out this game and close out this fourth quarter just like they played with as much spirit and effort as they played in that third quarter. But going back, you're talking about soccer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keem Olajuwon,
Oh, that's
Hall
right.
of Fame center, Houston Rockets. For the majority of his career, also played with the Toronto Raptors towards the tail end, but no one remembers that, right? He plays, I believe he's a goalie, in fact.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Chris Brownlee and I were talking about that. Actually, I talked to Rufus about that during the game. During the end, that last shot of the game when Metu came out to cut down the angle like a soccer goalie or hockey goalie would. And then Chris Brownlee said, well, he comes from a soccer background.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
They talked about that, and Metu said that he got the lesson, and won't stray out.
And the footwork that you learn playing soccer, that you attain, that's really going to take this young man far as he starts to develop a post game, as he starts to develop more of a presence down low. I mean, he's a guy that towards the end of his career, he's going to be able to put it down as if you can't right now, but you're really going to be able just to dump it down there and say, hey, young man, go get buckets.
Guerrero misses the first, and I guess it wasn't a shooting foul. It was the bonus. Rebound is off, and it's taken by Paris Wright. Good fight for the ball by both teams. Baseline drive put up and in by Chris Bailey. Nicely done. Only his first bucket of the game, Rashawn.
We've seen that athleticism before on the football field. Bailey, all-league wide receiver from a season ago. He's kind of banged up for most of this season football, but good to see him out here healthy on the basketball court. I
don't know who wasn't banged up on the Cougar football team, and look out below as Lamar Young went up for the layup try. He'll go to the line for two. And was that Josh Ortiz? Let's see on the replay. No, that was Chris Bailey, that football player making a football play.
Yeah, but he won't like us saying this though, but he was good as a wide receiver.
Just
I don't
good?
know. I don't know if he really wanted that much contact on the defensive end. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's a wide receiver.
But if you throw it up there, he'll pick it. And it'll be 6 quick, easy the other way.
Didn't he return one in one of our games?
I believe he did. It was like a return fest one game between him and Brame, and hard for us to keep up.
That's right. I think he ran a punt back. He was a punt return specialist as well. Second free throw is off, 1 out of 2 for Lamar. We didn't pay attention to Lamar while he was at the line. It's 1 out of 2. Now he has 2 points, all from the foul line. That makes it 51. So that cuts the run by the Cougars as they went on a mini run, a mini 7-0 run. In and out by Hawthorne. Matu with the rebound. And back come the Cardinals with 5:25 left to go in the ball game. Phillips to Matu, turnaround jump shot from the baseline, won't go down. Rebound by McAnally, good. Or actually, that was Munoz. Long outlet pass is blocked away by Newman.
Talk about DB skills. Newman's showing some right there.
Yeah.
He batted that one away. Bailey, the intended receiver.
Wonder if Johnny Guilfoyle's watching.
He was there the other night. Had an opportunity to talk to him and Coach Lex Brown, the defensive coordinator for the Cardinals during the game.
Wright with a baseline jump shot. Rainbow got it over Matu, but was too long. Lianos with the rebound. Now a long 3 by Ortiz won't go down. Outlet pass goes to Young after the Matu rebound again. Newman over to McAnally. Almost walked with it. And oh, look out below! Foul by Chris Bailey. I thought Matu was going to bring down the rim.
That one down. He did. He looked like it. He got pulled on the arm. You take a look at him. Look at you talk about the footwork though there. He got on his tippy toes but didn't jump, and you see Bailey come in there and rake him across the arm.
Well, what a nice ball fake on Juan Guerrero.
Yeah, nice ball fake there. But as he gets older, I've been saying this all night, that's a play where whether he's fouled or not, he's going to finish that one with authority as he gets older.
So the youngster, Shemezi Matu.
And it's interesting, we were talking to Coach Brownlee, he said, had a big freshman class. No doubt he's talented enough to play at the varsity level. We didn't want to take a chance. We wanted to bring him up, you know, in this crazy world we live in of high school basketball recruiting and whatnot. Didn't want to take that chance of maybe him being sour or unhappy and leaving for another school.
Well, there's a lot of schools that would love to have him. I know there's a 5-ring school that would love to have him.
Absolutely.
And this school would love to have him as well.
And that's just in this area.
Right.
I mean,
I'm sure there's another school near the beach that would love to have him.
So you look all throughout the Ocean, Bay, or Pioneer Leagues, there aren't many schools that will pass up on an opportunity to have this young man.
Josh Ortiz drives and forces the foul, and is that on Matu? Yep. So Shemezi with his 3rd personal, that's the 8th. Check that, 9th team foul. And Ortiz with a shooting foul has 11 points on the night. Make that a dozen. So there's Chris Brownlee.
Still coaching. Never
Not
ends
happy.
for a coach. Never ends. And right now, along with the energy and the effort, you just want to make sure guys are doing things the right way. You don't want to pick up any bad habits with a 15-point lead here late in the game. 4:19 left in this fourth quarter.
Little long by Ortiz. The rebound is off by Jason Lopez in the ball game for the first time. And a foul on the play. No, it wasn't a foul on the play.
Let's call that a jump ball there. Possession arrow was in favor of the Cougars. Here
Loose
comes
ball.
Lawndale.
That's right, picked up by McAdally. Reverse layup, no. Yes, by Munoz on the rebound and putback. 14 points for Chris. And a nice pick by McAnally.
17-point lead. And they're still in that full court pressure. You got to attack the middle. See, no one in the middle right now. And
Stolen
to the
by
middle is
Munoz after the double team. And back to Munoz. Almost lost it. McAdally almost lost it. Paris Wright with a good defense. Out of bounds it will be. Hawthorne ball, McAnally says, but that other guy knocked it away.
That turnover for Hawthorne out of pure desperation. Falling out of bounds. Finally found the middle, but he found Munoz. You got to be patient.
3:40 left in the ball game. Full court pressure is beaten. Matu, the only man back, and he's not coming down to cut down the angle.
And you see, you get the ball to the middle, turn and get it up court. It's going to be a 3-on-2 fast break every single time.
Llanos misses the three-point try. Matu gets the rebound in, and the alley-oop down to Guerrero was bothered from behind by Matu, who fumbles the rebound to Guerrero again, and he puts it in over Matu.
Coach Wardrop wants to get a timeout here, down by 15. Still coaching as well, 3:13 left in this game, so still a lot of time left. You're gonna have to go, not necessarily out of your element, but you're gonna have to try to speed Lawndale up now because they're trailing by so much here late in the game, and nothing that they necessarily would want to do. But how about the bigs in our area? I mean, you look at Matu, Kyrie Johns over at Luzinger, and you see this guy, Quan Guerrero. I mean, a nice talent of bigs, a 4/5 man here for us to take a look at throughout the course of the season. And Coach Brownlee was interested to see how Matu would be able to go up against Kyrie Johns the other night. Felt that would be a big challenge for his young freshman, and haven't talked to him about it, but just watching the game, I would imagine that he would think the young man passed with flying colors.
Juan Guerrero, speaking of the big guy, 18 points, 13 of them here in the second half, and 7 of them here in the fourth quarter. 3:13 left to go in the ball game. Full court pressure now employed by the Cougars.
A little stunt here. They're going to try to double team in the backcourt.
That leaves a couple of guys open. The lob pass from Munoz, tried to get it to Matu, but it turned into a shot. The rebound is off. Guerrero gets it, and Ortiz now has it in the front court. Runs around a Guerrero pick. Ortiz gets it to Guerrero from the free throw line, off the glass, no, and Matu with the rebound.
And Lawndale going to try to run some clock here.
And that's smart, keeping the guys fresh.
Try to execute offensively, a little 1-4 set here. They go to Matu, push them out there outside the three-point line.
Young with it, and coming down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now Lopez has it. Lopez over to McAdally, puts up a long 2, and that's going to be a silly foul on Paris Wright. And McAdally will get 2 points, or 2 shots from the free throw line.
Yeah, a little misdirection play there, I like to call it. They kind of got everything going to the right side of the floor to free up McAnally for a 3 on that left side. And he ends up getting fouled. Kind of saw them run this the other night.
So McAnally misses that one, has 8 points all here in the first half. Now is 1 for 2.
I'll tell you what, the athletes keep coming for Lawndale.
Oh yeah.
And I haven't really been able to say that much in recent years, but they got a couple athletic guys over there.
It didn't take long for the basketball program to catch up with the rest of the pack, as now 9 points for McAnally. Makes it 58-42. Parrish right with it. Passes it to the baseline and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Lawndale ball with 1:58 left to go.
And you see them still getting after it on the defensive side of the floor. Take a look at it, try to go back door there. And
whoops.
that one.
Guerrero went one way, the pass went the other.
And they're going to get another timeout. Lawndale, 58-42. 1:58 left here. Channel 22 game of the week.
Well, we get Rufus Washington on, but Jeff, the cameraman, left.
Jeff's trying to get those pictures.
Or
man.
maybe
Man's
we
out
can
there.
get the camera. Well, no, he's got the microphone too, doesn't he? Okay.
Jeff's working hard out there.
Yeah, he's working hard.
You take a look at Coach Wardrop. 58-42 the score here. And nice way to bounce back. I'm sure Coach Brownlee's going to have a lot to talk about in the films coming up here over the weekend or next week, whenever it is that they reconvene as they get ready to open Pioneer League play. You got El Segundo coming up next week. That game is on a Wednesday, and not going to be easy at all.
That's for Lawndale and the Beverly Hills. That's where the Cougars have to move on up to the north side.
Yeah, both of the teams open up here at home. But sure, he's got a lot of things to talk about when they watch films. Ortiz, another three. Wow.
For Josh, that's his third three-pointer. He has 15 points.
You talk about just tough, gritty guys. I mean, you look at Ortiz. Every time I look at a stat sheet and I see numbers, you see those guys averaging like 8 or 9 points. Those are the dangerous guys you kind of got to watch out for.
Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Hawthorne ball, so a turnover by them.
Because they're right on the edge of averaging double figures, and that means they can kind of go off at any moment, so to speak. And you see Ortiz averaging 8 points per. He has 15 tonight, and largely in part because those guys only average 8 or 9 or so, because you got other guys that have to get their points.
Pick run by Guerrero, another three from Ortiz's spot just off the mark. Guerrero with the rebound, and now a jump ball, or nope, it's a foul. But a good fight underneath by Guerrero and Newman, who gets nailed with the foul. That's his second personal, double bonus time now for Guerrero and the Cougars.
Coach Wardrop still up on his feet, still coaching, had some things to say to Ortiz after that last foul was called as Guerrero knocks down the first free throw. And one thing about it, obviously some correctable things from tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a bad stretch. It wasn't even in the entire third quarter. It was just one bad stretch in the third quarter that kind of flipped this thing upside down.
And nice rebounding, boxing out by Chris Bailey, who went for the long two, and now Matu, in frustration, nails Bailey, who will go to the line for two.
Well, look out. I mean, Bailey knocks these two down. He got a 10-point game. 1:24 left.
4 fouls on the youngster. And Chris Bailey,
so this is
with 2 points, will come to the line.
Kind of figure this is why Coach Brownlee kept calling those timeouts, as Bailey misses the first free throw.
That's his first miss of the season.
Try to avoid that similar situation from happening.
Bailey gets his own rebound off of the miss, but is stolen away by the Cardinals, and turnovers have really spelled doom for Hawthorne, especially in that 33-point third quarter.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you let someone score 30 points in a quarter of a high school game,
that's
usually doesn't mean good things for you. And I've been on both sides of this thing as a coach. I've had those 30-point quarters where it seems like everything is going, everything is clicking, we're running as much as we want to, our running game is going, we're playing tenacious defense. we're getting turnovers and easy baskets, and then I've also just been blitzed. And let me tell you, not a good feeling. Not a good feeling at all.
It never is.
But it's something that you can learn from. Definitely correctable. You watch the film, you correct the mistakes, you get over it, and you make the adjustments going forward. It's Gray with another offensive rebound.
Off of the Pearsall miss, and now they'll start the defense. 1:10 left to go in the ball game, and a 12-point lead for the Cardinals over the Cougars.
It's going to run some clock here. It's that four corners you were talking about, Lou. He's now going to give it to Pearsall, and he'll try to slow it down.
Underneath now, Gray misses the shot, and the rebound is off, and right in front of us. And Roland Pearsall taking the seat in Rashawn Haylock's lap.
Absolutely. He owes me one for that.
There you go. It's like like he was a little kid and you was Santa Claus.
Yeah, except I don't have any gifts or presents.
Gifts of wisdom that we never use.
Barely, yeah, barely.
44 seconds left to go in this one. Daily Breeze is on the prowl as well. We'll see some photos in the story. And the ball was kicked and stolen away.
Heady play there, McAnally just going to slow this thing up.
And
try to get a foul here, they do, but
Ortiz with his third personal, double bonus time. As we see the foul committed.
All but a foregone conclusion.
Will Newman with 16 points all here in the second half.
How good is he? How good has he been? And he's one of those energy guys. I mean, this is a guy that I would love to have on my team because
yeah, he's going to have to spend some time in the driveway at with the rim bolted up to the garage, though.
Absolutely. But it's a guy that certain things like this can't necessarily be replaced or duplicated. You got guys that come in and give you instant energy and kind of make things happen with their athleticism. And you can't have enough of those guys, in my opinion. 17
points by Will Newman, all in the second half. Josh Ortiz drives the lane, and one. As getting nailed for the foul over there will be Eric Gray. That'll just be his second personal.
How about that? Look at Ortiz, all of 5'8", and he's going to challenge the 6'1" Gray. I mean, he goes up.
Yeah, he does.
He got into Gray's body that time, so Gray couldn't necessarily elevate. Nice play there. That's a big-time play there by Ortiz.
That's right. And he went in from the wrong side as well. So Ortiz with a three-point play, and now it's a 10-point game. 18 points for Josh Ortiz. And we have a whistle.
We're going to extend this one.
And double bonus time on the hold. And
Pearsall.
That's Pearsall going to the line, but didn't see who committed the foul. Was that Eric Scott Davis that committed the foul?
Free throw good by Pearsall. We talked about him a little bit earlier on. Young man was playing a little bit of point forward the other night. Had him down on the box. And Pearsall's never really been a back-to-the-basket kind of guy, but yeah, when you talk about making adjustments.
Well, you talked about him buying into the program, and he's just going to play. And that's probably all he wants to do is just learn or play first and learn second.
He's a basketball player, and that's one of the things that I've always liked about Roland Pearsall.
Eric Scott Davis misses the three-point shot. The rebound is taken by Munoz. 5 seconds left to go. And across the line, and that's going to do it from High Courtney Courts. 61-59 is our final score, or 49, excuse me. And a 12-point win by the Lawndale Cardinals, and making up for their loss, their 2-point loss in the last few seconds to Lusinger, and they improved to 12-4 on the season. And the Hawthorne Cougars fall to 3-12, and next up is league play for both teams.
Yeah, league play. This is when it counts now. And you get into league play, you got all your non-conference games out of the way for the most part. You know, a few teams here and there, they kind of like to sprinkle in a few non-conference games in the middle of the league. I was never a fan of that, but now is the time that it counts. You're fighting for seeding and playoff positioning, and so you got to get some things corrected if you're Hawthorne. But we talked about it. A lot of the mistakes they made tonight, all correctable, in the 12-point loss here tonight to Hawthorne.
Post-game show coming right up on Channel 22. Lawndale over Hawthorne. Okay, who's back here at Hawthorne High School, and victorious Lawndale Cardinals 61-49, avenge a 63-47 loss last year at Lawndale. And Rufus Washington has Chris Brownlee, and let's go to Rufus.
All right, I'm joined by Coach Brownlee of the victorious Lawndale Cardinals. Coach, you started out a bit sluggish tonight. After the first quarter, it was only a 22-15 game. Looked like you may have had a little bit of a hangover after the Lusinger game the other night.
We did. We started off very slow, but when we went into halftime, we just were talking about trying to stay to our theme of cooperation breeding champions. And so we just really sat down, played defense, and we started to really start making some of the shots we were missing in the first half. We did have a little bit of a hangover from the disappointment on Wednesday night, and we didn't overlook this Hawthorne team. They're very well coached, and you can't overlook them when they're at home. They play very well here.
Good. And obviously after the first quarter, you outscored them 46-22 or something like that, where your team just really got going. Who were the key players to key that run?
It was all of the players out there, but Will Newman really provided a big lift of making some shots. Roland Pearsall had a good floor game, and then Nathan McNally really provided some big energy. And then our bench, of course, has been a key for us all year. Everybody that came off the bench really gave us a big lift tonight again.
You mentioned to us the other night that Me Too is a work in progress, and we saw that again tonight. How were you pleased? How did you feel about his performance tonight?
We're very pleased with Shemezi right now, and we really have a diamond in the rough here. We know, and with the, everything that's going around in the area with him, but we really have a good, solid staff to get him ready as the season progresses.
Last question, Coach. Obviously, this was the last preseason game. You're getting ready to go into Pioneer League play now. How do you feel you're set up to make a run in the Pioneer League?
We had a goal of getting 12 wins before league, and we did that. We accomplished that. Our league is very tough. We have, all of the Torrance schools except for West Torrance, and then we have El Segundo and also Centennial. Very well-coached teams, and we're just going to take it one day at a time. Our seniors have a goal. I'm going to keep that goal to ourselves as far as that, but they have a goal of what they want to do, what they haven't done since they've been at Lawndale, which is to make some history. But we got to take it one step at a time. It's a 10-game tournament.
Well, you split the city series this year. You said you wanted the city thing. You went 1-1, almost had the daily double. But congratulations on a great win tonight, and we're looking forward to seeing you during Pioneer League season.
Okay, we look forward to seeing you also.
Coach Brownlee of the victorious Lawndale Cardinals. We'll be back in just a moment, but let's take it back over to Lou and Rayshawn.
All right, thank you very much, Rufus Washington. Terrific job out there on the sidelines, and maybe he can get the Cougars coach, Ben Wardup, and tell you what, Rashawn, this is a terrific game by the Cardinals, and dare I say, they could give the Lusinger Olympians, should they keep this program going in the future.
Well, first, let me say I hope Rufus lets me get my job back. I mean, but tremendous job there by Rufus. But you said it. You're talking to Rufus. Just talked to Coach just now, and it's about goals and setting goals, setting reachable goals. 12 wins, entering league play is a very lofty goal, but it's something that they reached, something that they achieved, and they can hang their hat on. And so that's something they obviously have to feel proud about as they head into Pioneer League play when they host El Segundo.
And they have the most wins, non-conference win or non-league wins coming into the season. So how do you think they stack up in the Pioneer League?
As Coach mentioned, it's tough, but I think this team is a wild card, for the simple fact that nobody really knew much about him. You got a new coach, you got a new system in Coach Brownlee.
Right.
This isn't your same Lawndale Cardinals. And, remember in the past they would win, 10, 11 games in the non-league, and then they end up with a 19, 20-win season, but they'd be 5-5 in Pioneer League play. I don't think this is that team.
That's right.
And I think that this is a team that's going to make a run. There's some talk about South Torrance and what they're going to be able to bring to the table, and maybe this being their year with a group of seniors over there. You got to throw El Segundo in the mix. Well, I have to throw El Segundo in the mix. Coach Sabaskis does a tremendous job over there, but if you're Coach Brownlee, you got to like your chances. I see them at or near the top. They're definitely top 2, top 3 spots in making it to the playoffs.
Speaking of terrific seniors, Rufus has one for Lawndale right now.
All right, thanks, Lou. Joined by Roland Pearsall, star guard for the Lawndale Cardinals. Roland, for a quarter, the Cougars really made the game, and you guys came out a little bit sluggish. What happened in that first quarter that you got off to the slow start?
I think it's mostly from our warm-up. We didn't really warm up really well, slow and sluggish. And I think we underestimated them, basically. And we came out slow, warm up slow. Then the first half showed. We had a 4-0 lead, I think, and then they came back and put it back on us. And that's my fault as a leader. I should have had them work even harder in warm-ups, but we picked it up the second half, and that's what got them in the third quarter.
Well, you went on a real huge run there in the second and third quarter. What were the keys to that run once you guys got it all figured out?
We seen that the full court press that we ran was the key. That's what got us our lead. So we had to keep pressure on them. And then when we did get the lead, we had to keep worrying about. We couldn't worry about how much we up by. We just had to keep working, putting on them. And then that's what built the lead up even more. We couldn't let down because we know they're a good team and they would have came back any minute at a time, just like the Lusinger game.
You play with a lot of energy, enthusiasm, and hustle out there. When you're on the floor, what's going through your mind?
Have fun, man. That's all you can do. That's the part of the game. Have fun, work hard. Hopefully you get a victory. So if you work hard, it's a basketball guy. It's going to pay you at the end.
Great. Now, every guard loves to have a big man, and you guys are fortunate to have a big fella in number 34. He's still developing. How do you see working with him during the rest of the season, especially as you head into Pioneer League action?
We just got to keep working, make him stronger. He got a nice little touch for a big man, so we just got to make him sit down. I think his biggest thing right now, he's standing up too high, but each game he develop him getting better and better. That's all he can do.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's depending on a guy like you to help him get there.
I'm depending on him, too. Yeah, we need him.
Well, once again, congratulations, fans. Number 2, Roland Pearsall, star guard for the Lawndale Cardinals. Roland, congratulations on a great victory tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, there you have it. We may be back with more, we may not, but here's what we do know we have coming up. That's Lou and Rashad. Guys, take it away.
All right, buddy, thank you very much. Good job with number 2 on his back, number 1 in our hearts, at least for Lawndale. And that's Roland Pearsall with 11 points, 3 rebounds unofficially, and 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. And, it was 3 players in double figures for Lawndale, almost 4, as Nathan McNally got it going finally in the second half, had 9 points. It was Will Newman with 17 points. Then it was 14 points for Chris Munoz and 11 for Roland Pearsall. And that's kind of the way this team rolls. There's 4 players on this team that average either over or close to double figures in points a game.
Yeah, you like that balance if you're Coach Brownlee, and that's going to take you a long ways. And it's also a nightmare for opposing coaches. You try to put together a scouting report, who to shut down. If you got 4 guys on the floor that are able to put up big numbers, it's kind of hard. You're going to have to kind of pick your poison and night in and night out if you're a coach opposite Coach Brownlee as they start to enter Pioneer League play. But how about Roland Pearsall? I mean, we've talked about him. Can't talk about this kid enough. He talked about the leadership role, and
Right.
that's huge. I mean, he kind of took the blame. He said, you know what, that's on me. We didn't come out with the energy that we need to come out with here tonight, and that's my fault. I'll take that. And for if you're Coach Brownlee, you love to hear that, because you can't be the only bad guy in that locker room. It has to be one of the players in there calling out his other teammates, saying, look, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to hustle, we need to get loose balls, we need to dive on the floor for loose balls, we need to get tips, deflections, etc. If not, if you're the coach and you don't have anybody in that locker room playing bad guy except you're preaching to the choir.
That's right. And also, it may have been they were thinking about what they were doing coming out of the locker room in the first quarter as they trailed 8-7 and then only scored 8 points in the second quarter. And then they just played in the second half.
They did what they do. You know, they sped them up. Roland talked about the pressure that they were able to put on them in the full court. That 1-2-2 full court pressure, it's kind of designed to kind of speed you up a little bit offensively, where the 2-2-1 is kind of just to hold you up a little bit. When you play a 1-2-2, you want to speed up the opposition, and that's exactly what they did tonight. And it's frustrating when you're a running team and you can't get your running game going. Just like on Sundays or Saturdays, you watch football and the running game isn't working. Every time the running back is getting taken down for a loss here, a loss there. Maybe they eke out a yard or two. It's the same thing here in basketball. If you like to run, you like to get up and down the floor. If you like that tempo and you just can't get it going, it frustrates the heck out of you. But they were able to do that. They were able to speed Hawthorne up in that third quarter, and 33 points. Are you kidding me?
Wow, that's just a terrific performance by Lawndale, just shooting out of the gun in the third quarter. Well, why don't we talk about Hawthorne? We'll take a little time out and come back and talk about the Cougars when we come back. A big game for Lawndale over Hawthorne here in Hawthorne. We'll be back in a few. Back here at High Courtney Gymnasium on the campus of Hawthorne, the Hawthorne Cougars, and we have the head coach of the Hawthorne Cougars, and Rufus Washington has Ben Wardup.
All right, thanks, Lou. Joined by Coach Ben Wardrop of the Hawthorne Cougars. Coach, for a quarter, things started out the way you wanted. It looked good. What happened in the first quarter that worked that didn't happen the rest of the way for you?
Well, their press gave us some problems, obviously. We were great the whole first half defensively. We held them to 15 points. I can't ask for much more than that. My boys really played. Even the third quarter, the first 2 minutes, we were great. It was really a 5-minute stretch that ended up doing us in. We outscored them the rest of the game by 13 points. They outscored us by 24-25 in that 5-minute stretch from the 6-minute mark to the 1-minute mark in that third. I think that we let a few mistakes start to build up. Offensive rebound became another offensive rebound. A three-pointer became a steal to another layup. And we just got to find a way to right the ship when the storm starts to get bad and keep our head above water.
Let's talk a little bit about, as we get ready for Ocean League season, let's talk about the preseason. You guys played a tough schedule. You took a couple of tough losses along the way. How do you think that that's helped build your team to make a quality run in Ocean League action?
Oh, it's a huge stepping stone. Our whole goal this whole year with that schedule was, we'll take a few lumps in the beginning of the year. We know it's going to get us ready down the road. We definitely took some tough losses, but it's a credit to the players. They're so mentally tough. Every day they're coming to work, and they know that they're getting better day by day, and we have a larger goal in mind than just that one play or that one game back in the first week of December.
So what will be the keys in terms of the always tough Ocean League as you prepare for the likes of Santa Monica and otherwise for the coming season?
Well, I'll talk about Santa Monica. They run a great full-court press. Lawndale's got a good one. Santa Monica's got a great one. And we need to be ready for that. We've been working a lot in our press break. There were possessions that looked really good. There were possessions that didn't look as good. We're going to continue to work on that and work on other facets of the game as well.
Okay. Your guys certainly exhibited a lot of hustle out there. They never hung their head, even in the second half with the run against them. What do they have to do as individual players to, just come out on the floor every night and be ready to compete?
Well, it's easy right now because everyone's 0-0 starting league, right? Everybody can go undefeated at this point. But they need to think about, what's our next play? What is my job on this specific play, offensively, defensively, whatever it may be, to help my team be better? And I'll give it to every one of our guys. They do that. They're very unselfish. They love each other. They spend a lot of time with each other off the floor. And I think you could see that for 27 minutes tonight. They played a really good game. Just had a 5-minute stretch that hurt us.
I got to ask you how you feel. You've got to be the most energetic coach that I see on the sideline. I mean, you're always with it, always up and down, getting your guys in the right position. There was one play on the sideline where you were insisting, and rightfully so, that the player positioned himself right here for the inbounds play.
Well, I'm jealous. They get to get out here and run around. I'm starting to gain a little bit of a belly. I got to make sure I'm staying in shape too, so that's my way to burn my calories.
Well, Coach, I know that obviously, as we talked about, you prepared the guys. I'm sure you'll make a great run in the Ocean League when the season starts. Thank you, as always, for joining us here on Channel 22. We got a coach's clipboard coming up soon, I understand. All right, we'll see you then. Hey, everybody. Always a great guy for Channel 22 Sports, Coach Ben Wardrop of the Hawthorne Cougars. Coach, look forward to seeing you the rest of the way. All righty. Thanks, fans. Once again, there you have it here from Lawndale. Lawndale was the winner, but we're at Hawthorne High, Kai Courtney Gymnasium. As a matter of fact, I'm going to kick it back over to Lou and Rashawn to wrap it up and take us home.
All right, thank you very much, buddy. And Rashawn Haylock, Rufus Washington, I don't know. He may take your job over there in the sidelines.
I'm sweating over here a little bit.
But I gotta take Ben Wardrop to task on something here. If he's got a belly, I got enough bellies to show him on this Channel 22 Sports crew. I mean, we'll show him a belly, I tell you. Anyway, the Hawthorne Cougars are now, Tom Strickfaden excluded for that. 13 and 12 now. Juan Guerrero leading the way with 19 points. 2 points for Paris Wright, 4 points for Ruben Peterson, 13 for Josh Ortiz in a terrific performance. Chris Bailey had 2, Austin Harris had 2, and Caleb Ross had 3. And Jesse Leanos played a terrific game, but it came away with no points. So the Cougars, well, they may miss Isaiah Brame, but I think we were talking about this a little bit. This is life after Brame, and they're starting to learn how to get along without him.
That adjustment is tough. That's a lot of points that you have to be able to now fill
points,
in.
yeah.
16 points per game. We talked about it. That's a lot of points here at this high school level, but you looked at Ortiz tonight and Guerrero. That's a nice little inside-outside combination they have in the half court with Ortiz and Guerrero. They had 18 and 19 points here tonight, respectively. So you got something to build on. Coach Wardrop talked about it. All those mistakes are correctable, and it's going to help them. They're going to see a press like this better if you ask Coach Wardrop when they face Santa Monica later on this season in league play. So this is what your non-league schedule is for, to kind of get you ready for league play. And so they played some tough teams. They've ironed out a few of the kinks. Now it's time to go out there and get some wins.
All right, now it's time for our tip of the hat and player of the game. Tip of the hat, Hawthorne Cougars. Well, you have Juan Guerrero in the middle, who was battling Shemezi Matu all night long. He had 19 points and probably right around 10 rebounds, and may have had a double-double in there. And then you have Josh Ortiz, 18 points, and really took the load on himself to score points when the other guys weren't getting it done.
Yeah, there it is right there, Josh Ortiz. A tip of the hat to Josh Ortiz. Did I do that right?
Yeah, he tipped
right.
Tip of the hat there.
Tip of the hat to Josh Ortiz. He made some big baskets, and the threes that he hit weren't non-sequential. They were big baskets. He had bookend threes pretty much in that second quarter when they went up, or in the third quarter, pardon me, when they had 2 of them in the second quarter. And then he also hit a big one in the third quarter as well when they went up by 9 points, and he kind of really carried the flow here for Hawthorne tonight. And when they were in sync, it was because it was him making the shots and making the right decisions.
Yeah, he was a big part of that second quarter where they outscored the Cardinals 14-8. He had 2 big three-pointers in that quarter.
Yeah, big. Those were huge threes. They helped extend the lead a little bit and kind of keep Lawndale at bay. Meanwhile, Lawndale was kind of sulking through that whole process, and maybe feeling a little bit sorry for themselves, but for their sake, they were able to correct that.
And the player of the game, Lawndale Cardinals, Will Newman had 0 points in the first half. And then it was like he was shot out of a cannon, or somebody woke him up in the middle of English lit, and he lit it up for 19 points, actually 17 points in the second half.
Yeah, great second half, and he spearheaded that run. Coach Brownlee talked about him in his interview with Rufus. He kind of spearheaded that run for the Cardinals when they had that 33-point third quarter. We talked about him during the broadcast. He's the type of guys that I like. I would love to coach a guy like a Will Newman, an energy guy. He's kind of all over the place. He's going to get you some buckets in transition. He's going to get you some steals. He's going to get you some rebounds, and just extremely, extremely athletic. And during that third quarter, he definitely put his athleticism to good use.
All right, so Will Newman is our Channel 22 Sports Player of the Game. Tip of the hat player is Josh Ortiz from the Hawthorne Cougars. And Rashawn, terrific job here in the seat here, but I'm sorry, but you're going to have to go back to the sideline.
Well, I hope I can go back to the sidelines.
Well, I don't know. You've got to talk to Rufus about that.
Rufus and Tom Strickfad and the powers that be.
No, you've got to talk to Rufus.
I
He
may
has
not
the
have a
right of
job
first-
altogether. Rufus may do color and sidelines next game.
He could with the hat.
I'll be all out of a job.
I mean, he's got to come back here because you can't wear a hat like he can.
I can't wear a hat like Rufus. I can't even tip the hat.
No. Okay. Well, you can just tip your waiter. All right. All right, thank you very much for joining us. Now it's on to league action where Lawndale, they'll fly, actually they will host El Segundo, and then for the Hawthorne Cougars, they will host the Beverly Hills squad coming into town, and that's starting next week. Well, for Rashawn Haylock, Rufus Washington, and the terrific Channel 22 sports crew, this is Lou Stowers telling you once again from High Courtney Gymnasium on the campus of Hawthorne High School. The Cardinals avenged their loss last year to the Cougars, 61-49, and let's put a bow on this one and put it up in the shelf. Until next time, so long.